My name is Xavier. Everybody call me Randall or Randall, whichever one suits best. But I go to the University of Louisiana in Lafayette, same place Adam graduated from. I'm going back for my master's this coming fall, and I should be finished December 2021, hopefully. I have no experience in the profession yet, so all of my experiences more so campus based.
Coming.
Nice to meet all of you. Everything you guys were talking about was just like bam, 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 hitting the nail on the head. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know, like I don't even know which part to talk about first, but I had no professional experience and like I never interned yet. I just graduated in May, so it's like I'm just fresh. But yeah, for whatever reason, I went to a PWI called Louisiana Tech first, and then I went for engineering because it was like the best and cheapest school to attend in Louisiana for engineering, and I had like TOPS, which is this funding that we get in Louisiana that a lot of people don't really get in other states. But yeah, if you stay in state, you get like basically half your tuition covered, and I basically transferred to UL because I wanted to do architecture since I was in like 11th grade in high school, and I just realized like tech was not the school for that. So when I transferred to UL, I was expected to like start over in a sense, but they didn't make me start over up until my third year. Like they made me go into second year, then I had to like go back and take this prereq of first year, and it was just like a bunch of design stuff, like easy stuff. And I had to retake that. So I once was in a class with like six black people in like architecture. Then when I went into my junior year, I was like one of, it probably was like six of us again, but my senior year, it was only two of us that graduated. So just to get those numbers out of there. But I was the only male, and then we had one female that graduated. But I noticed when I was in third year, so basically one of the people that I know had some type of leadership position, and then another guy that recently retired. I know a lot of us in the call, like some of my friends and families in the call, they probably know who I'm talking about. But like, I'm not gonna respectfully say no names, but like, it was obvious that these was like the people like Jessica mentioned, like the people that was like psychotic, or they kind of tried to like, you know what I'm saying, like cover it up in a sense. And it's like, it's really just not professional, and like it held me back. But then it also made me like realize that I need to be like better. Like I didn't let it, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't let it tear me down. And some people didn't have that. Like I had support from family and friends. You know, I used to talk to them about this, and they could not even imagine what I went through. Like they really like don't be knowing. Like so, I know that I recently said that I was gonna get involved into more of these things because I was like once a shy person. So I'm not one of those people that will be like, okay, I need help, or just randomly walk up to somebody, especially if I feel like I shouldn't even be there. Like I don't even know how to explain like I didn't really voice. I feel like so we used to have critiques at nighttime or whatever. Then like I basically can say the school lacked support in a sense. Like they really didn't know until like my senior year of what I was capable of. Like my senior year is my only time I made like A's like in architecture in my studios. So you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of bias, and I could just remember getting like, you know what I'm saying, like I want to say like feedback from incompetent professors or advisors. Like I didn't know what classes to take. It was just a bunch of things. Like I feel like if we paying for education, like these things should be offered. Like I don't know, I don't even know how else to explain it, but it's crazy. So it's like we would have night critiques. I would literally be sitting there along with everybody else, and I've been walked over like twice. Like I had to follow the professor outside the building and show images from my phone. Like he didn't even want to walk back inside. Like it's crazy though. It's crazy. So it's like, and then it's just a whole nother level of respect and classmates, because like you can mention an idea. Like I could tell you recently my senior year, and I'm getting more recognition my senior year. Like I'm telling you, like me and one other person actually was compensated for our projects over like the rest of the class, and it's crazy. So it's like I don't know why I thought like I was beneath people, but when COVID happened and we really started doing everything at home, it really showed me who had that support from the professors and who didn't, and like what set me apart. because I didn't really have help I like talking about, but I recently joined Nomas and talked to a few people, and like I even got on LinkedIn, like just trying to update my professional life, and just I really came across people that like Black architects that's in other schools, and like one guy from Kenshaw State, he like he's his family. I'm like a first year graduate of my family, like a first year generation grad. So it's like this guy, he told me that he had family that graduated, and basically he knew what school to search for, and not to be in depth as much. And it's just a bunch of stuff that I didn't have, and just I really was appreciative of myself for like breaking those boundaries and reaching out to people that I didn't know. And like he really told me a lot of stuff about the design industry, and he's worked since he was like a junior in at Kenshaw State, and like that their program is a 5-year program, and he just graduated as well. So it's like he been having a job because of his own talents and because of his own like family having that college experience, telling him like research, like find out how to do things, this is how you do that. Like so he got out of school like on time for his sake, but like I could have originally, like, if I came straight out of high school knowing what I know now, I could have originally graduated at like 21 years old, like 2018. So it's like the sponsorship and like just I don't know, like but anyways, special shout out to Miss Kawana. I see she's in the audience. She's a great mentor, like that helped me really get up on my feet and really like just show out. And like she really pointed a lot of things out to me and told me just to keep my composure and a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate you ladies talking about y'all experiences in the workplace, because it's like I don't want to experience that and feel like it's okay. So it's like i'm gonna just I'm gonna just go where my heart tells me to go, and like I'm gonna just try to like make the best out of the whole architect experience. And it's just one other thing I want to point out, the end card board. I feel like people who's never been in spaces, like, I feel like it just needs to be more diverse. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be that person that has to like go and try to get that position or whatever. I hope it don't even take that long. Like, it shouldn't take that long, but like, I feel like they need to at least just, I don't care if it has to be a Hispanic person or anything. Like, they need to have one different person. It's like literally, and it's only one female who's white and the rest of them are white males. So it just makes you really intimidated to even try. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy though, but yeah. So, Adam.
Dude, all this and you did it. You graduated.
Yeah.
Man. Where do we start? Yeah. So you said that you're about to go into your master's, right?
Yes, in the fall.
Do you feel like through the people that you've met so far, do you feel like you're going to be able to build a system, a mentor system or a networking system? Do you feel like you have the ability to do that in the next couple of years, knowing what's coming ahead?
Yes, I really feel like I have now. Like, even some of my classmates I've recently started talking with, like, they've been supporting me. Like, they like this one girl, Helena, like, she's really like helpful and like cool. Like, she was in my group for a year, and like I never realized, like, she's calling out a lot of the stuff that happens in the classroom, and basically she noticed when I'm overlooked and my other peer was overlooked, who's African American. So it's like that like means something on a big level. And it's like I tried to reach out to some of the people, and I can remember when COVID happened, I reached out and thought about, I was like, let's share Google Drive and like critique each other work, because we don't really have, our professors not giving us adequate feedback because they don't have time, they working on other stuff. So I just threw the idea out there, and it's like nobody, like, they liked the message, nobody really like responded besides those who were in my group. And like we did it, and then I met with some people who's graduate students who's people of color. Like, we have this guy who's El Salvador, and we have like 3 Black students, and we were like, I was getting feedback from them, and like I said, the guy from LinkedIn. So it's like, but I realized my classmates, like, they really don't like, they'll really look at you, say something, and it's like they have to think twice, or it takes one other person for them to just really respond or even like wanna you know what I'm saying, participate in something you have to offer. Like, it's crazy. And I was like, it only benefits us. Like, I made sure I put that attached to the message, and it was like, they still didn't reach out. And I can remember, like, one of my friends who's going into fourth year now. I have two friends that's third year students that's going into fourth year now. He was telling me that he thought about buying a printer for the class and asked everybody to chip in, and nobody like responded or anything. But when a white guy did it in the class, they all did it. So it's like, why is this a thing? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like imposter syndrome, like somebody said in the comments. But yeah.
I have a question for you. Do you what space do you want to go into when you graduate? Have you thought about that in terms of the type of architectural work you want to
Architecture,
do?
I wanted to aviation, but like I'm thinking like now because of everything that's going on, I want to go into residential and just focus on like. So I'm a part of Nomis, and I recently went on this trip and spoke about affordable housing when we have these different meetings, and we went to like two places, Louisiana Corp and somewhere else in New Orleans. I can't remember at the top of my head, but we basically were speaking about affordable housing and how hard is it for like Black people to get developers to even be a part of their like projects and things like that. So it's like I wanted to like go into housing and really like break those boundaries and try to figure those things out as well.
Okay. Are you planning to stay in Louisiana, or are you going to leave?
I already sought for my license to be done in Texas. So
Okay.
You've decided.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, be sure connect with me afterwards. I'd like to introduce you to somebody I think would be a really solid architect that does a lot of residential and mixed use projects. Won all kinds of awards. I think he'd be somebody you should connect with. You know, I think it's important to do that. So,
okay, I
and
appreciate that.
yeah, so we'll connect afterwards. But yeah, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Randall.
I think, Adam, somebody said on there, you know, and I think it's just it's probably emblematic for what we're going to experience. And I think, you know, as all my brown and Black brothers and sisters will attest to, you know, a lot of times we do a good job of having each other's back, especially when dealing with this kind of stuff. And so I think it's important that each and every one of you on this call should never feel like you're alone, and that there's always going to be somebody there that will be willing to advocate and give you advice, you know, and you know, and give you some guidance that will be helpful throughout this process, because it is a journey. And you know, again, every time I hear something come out of your mouth that isn't, you know, what I think you should be experiencing, I'm disheartened, but at the same time, I'm encouraged, because, you know, with groups like these coming together, there's a lot that you guys realize that you can do. You have the power to overcome a lot of the obstacles that are right in front of you, some of which are man-made and others that are more systemic more than anything else. So I just want to encourage you, you have to keep fighting and pushing through, because there are people out there that really do want to see you guys succeed and be the best that you can be. I mean, hey, bottom line, we just don't have enough architects and engineers, period, anyway. But we need good Black and brown architects and engineers. So take that for what it's worth.
Worth its weight in gold.
Yeah.
So we'll cut this one a little short. That way we can extend the back end. We had 5 minutes left on this one. Appreciate your perspective. I love that you're coming in from the school side, and you can kind of see where you're heading. We can talk about that. So I really appreciate your perspective here.
So, Arzavia, since you just finished school, I know that we already asked you like what you think you want to do in the field, but I just want to make sure, do you feel like you had mentioned that us speaking made you feel as if you know what is not normal in the workplace, you know what to not deal with, but do you feel as if you have any gaps as far as feeling equipped and how to advocate for yourself?
Somewhat, yes, because like I said, like I only have like one true mentor, and I know I have my mom's husband. He's an architect, a black architect, but he's only worked in Louisiana, so that's kind of like not where I'm trying to be. So I kind of like have somebody to like speak with on those things, but like everybody's busy, especially now. So it's like
Yes.
not so much, you know. And then I have some people in my family. I have a cousin and an aunt that's engineers, and it's like they tell me about what to expect in the workplace and how do you get to where like you really have like to almost double work yourself, and then it make us age more. Like it's unfair in a sense, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Mhm.
but no, I don't know. I don't really have any straightforward connections as far as getting a job yet, or like, you know, like I send my portfolio to people and then I try to, but everybody's just really busy at the time. So it's
Yes.
like, and I'm
Yes.
still working on everything at the same time.
And I would say, like, most firms stopped hiring. So don't put so much pressure on yourself to get a job. As far as like, I think people are going to be very understanding that if you say you were graduating class of 2020, that
Yeah.
like it's very real. And you're going to grad school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
So it's actually, that's a huge blessing in and of itself.
Yeah,
But
it
yeah,
is.